everyone, welcome to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. It's day number 98. So by the way, I hope you had a good Easter if you were celebrating, and if not, I hope you had a good day regardless. So let's go on to today's square. To start today's square, we are not going to be doing a magic ring, and it's not recommended that you do it. Instead, make a slip knot and chain 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and slip stitch that into place. So you're supposed to do this with a E size hook. Okay, now chain 1 and do 11 single crochet inside the round. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. So we have now done our 11 single crochet. Now we're going to join with a slip stitch. So that is round number 1. To start round number 2, chain 1. You're going to do 15 single crochet inside the round, not on the stitches, inside the round. So that is 1, pull out nicely and do a single crochet. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. Now join with a slip stitch. So that completes round number 2. To begin round 3, you are if you're changing colors, just join your color into the back of any stitch, like through this one. But I don't want to change colors, so I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to slip stitch through the back. Okay, now chain 5. Now we're going to do what is called the bullion stitch. The stitch is, it's going to need a little bit of work, and even I dread doing this stitch, but it gives a good look to the square as such. Okay, so let's get down to business. Yarn over 15 times loosely and evenly. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So okay, now go inside the same stitch, pull out a loop. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through all the 17 loops. This is very hard, and just keep wiggling your yarn here and there, move it back and forth, or do it manually like how I'm doing it. Actually, it is an easy way to do it like that, but it's not recommended since we usually move the hook. We're almost there. From here it gets a little easy, but woo. So that's one bullion tube. Man, good luck with this stitch, everyone. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now continue making a bullion in every stitch with a chain 3 in the middle. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of this round when you're done with all your bullion stitches. I just wanted to come in the middle to tell you guys not to give up, because I know it's hard, but just keep going. Okay, so now if you didn't give up and completed the round, then congratulations, the worst is over. I vote that we rename this bullion stitch into the mother-in-law stitch, if that's possible. Anyway, now moving on happily, just slip stitch to the top of the chain 5 and round number 3 is over. To begin round number 4, which is a very easy round, you see this long string behind your bullion stitch, these string thingies. So we're going to crochet into that. So the first stitch will be a slip stitch into the back of this, and just go behind and chain 2, and slip stitch into the next one, chain 2, slip stitch into the next one, chain 2, slip stitch into the next one. Continue doing that for the rest of the round. So this is a very easy round, you'll complete it within minutes. So now I've reached the end of the round, so I'm just going to do a slip stitch here, and I'm going to fasten off because we're ending this color here and we're starting a new color next. So join your new color in this chain 3 space between the bullion tubes. Now this whole round we'll be working in this chain 3 space, and we will not be involving this chain 2 of the previous round. Okay, so first chain 1. Now do 2 single crochet, do 1 puff stitch. So yarn over, insert, pull out a loop, 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 yarn over and pull through all these loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, so next we're going to do a chain 1, and you're going to continue this for the rest of the round. You're not going to involve this chain 2 of the previous round. You're simply going to be crocheting into this chain 3 space between the bullions. So I will see you at the end of the round when you have worked all your stitches. So we've reached the end of the round. So now we're going to join with a slip stitch, and to begin the next round, chain 4. Okay, now do a single crochet into this second chain from hook, do a half double crochet in the next one, do a double crochet in the next one, okay, and slip stitch in this space. So you've got a cute little triangle like this. Continue making these cute triangles for the rest of the round. So we're now done with this round, so just do a slip stitch and fasten off. So for the next round we're going to be changing hooks. So till now we use this E size hook. Now next we're going to move on to the G size hook. So grab your G size hook and your next color, and I'll see you for the next round. To begin the next round, join your color to the chain 2 space from round 4. So we're going to begin by doing a cluster stitch. To do a cluster stitch, yarn over, insert, pull out a loop, yarn over, insert and pull out a loop, yarn over, pull through 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, chain 2, do another cluster stitch in the same space. Now you're going to do a petal stitch in the same space and in the next space. So a petal stitch essentially joins 2 stitches together. So yarn over, go into the same space, pull out a loop, yarn over, go into the next space and pull out a loop, yarn over and pull through all the loops, chain 1, and do the same 4 more times, and then do a corner again. This cluster, chain 2 and cluster makes 1 corner. Now to end the round, we are going to simply make a slip stitch into the top of the cluster. Now to begin the next round, slip stitch into the corner. Now this is going to be very similar to the previous round. Make a cluster again in the corner, chain 2, make another cluster in the same corner, chain 1. Now you're going to make 6 petal stitches instead of 4. So that will be, yarn over, insert, pull out a loop, yarn over into the next space, pull out a loop, yarn over, pull through all the loops. So that's 1 petal made. That's the second petal made. Chain 1. That's the third petal made. So just continue making 6 petals, and then you get to the corner again, and that's when you do another corner stitch, which is very similar to that of the previous round. That is, you make 1 cluster stitch, chain 2 and a cluster in the corner, and you make 6 petal stitches for the side of the square. So I'll meet you at the end of the square, end of this round, when you have completed all your corners and your petals. So we've now reached the end of the round again. So again it's going to be just first of all slip stitch and end the round. So the next 2 rounds are going to be the same. You are going to make corners with 1 cluster, chain 2 and 1 cluster, and you're going to just keep doing petal stitches. For example, this round, the next round which we are going to do now, you're going to make 8 petals for a side, and in round number 10 you're going to make 10 petals for a side, and the corner is going to remain the same. So I think by now you might be confident to do it, because we've done 2 rounds the same way. And so I'll meet you at the end of round 10, that is 2 rounds from now, where you have already done your petals and your clusters for the corners. Now I've reached the end of round 10, and to finish this I'm just going to go in and do a slip stitch. So now for those of you who are satisfied with the size of your square, I guess you can just leave it like that. But if you want a slightly bigger square, you just have to do 1 round of single crochet everywhere with 3 single crochet in the corners. So I hope you had fun doing this square. I really love how it has turned out, especially the bullion stitch. It was worth it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us, and have a great day.